Hello everyone and welcome to the Rundown ZA, the channel that keeps you both informed and entertained. Today is Throwback Tuesday and here at the Rundown we like to take it all the way back and look up our favorite celebs and simply answer the question of Bayephi. On this episode we're covering the one and only Thandiswa Mazwai, also known as King Ta. So, if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button to join the family and turn on your notifications so that you always know when we post a new video. Now let's get into it. Thandiswa Mazwai was born in the Eastern Cape in 1976 during the year of the Soweto uprising. She was raised almost entirely in Soweto, Johannesburg, amidst the apartheid township violence of the 1980s. Both her parents, Bayephi and Thandiswa Mazwai, were journalists and anti-apartheid activists. Her middle name, Bayephi, is in tribute to her mother, who passed away in 1992 when she was just 16 years old. On the 21st of April 2020, Thandiswa took to social media to pay tribute to her mother, and she spoke of the day that she passed and said, "My mother died on this day when I was 16 years old. I was never the same, but I'm thankful for the lessons and the very visceral feeling that God and my ancestors are with me. I love you, Mama." Bayephi Mazwai, one of the most revolutionary women I know, a rebel to the core. Her siblings are musician Nomsa Mazwai and Ntsiki Mazwai, who is an author, social activist and producer, and also a poet. So yes, art and activism definitely runs in the family. Thandiswa remembers growing in a home that was filled with books and articles thick with political discussions, which nurtured her perspective as an artist. She went on to attend Wits University, where she studied English literature and international relations. Her work has always been inspired by her mother and the writings of people like Steve Biko and Frantz Fanon. Thandiswa's introduction to music occurred while in varsity. During her freshman year, a friend asked her to accompany her to a recording studio in Hillbrow, where she was exposed to the recording process. Her friend hopped in the booth and Thandiswa was fascinated. She asked the sound engineer what they were doing and he replied, "Oh, we're recording songs." She asked, "Whose songs are these?" And he responded, "We make them up." And from that moment on, Thandiswa knew she wanted to participate because she would also make up her own songs. After a few more trips to the studio, Thandiswa was given the opportunity to record vocals for a Kwaito group called Jackknife. She accepted the challenge and wrote the song Uzobuya Nini Na, which became a huge hit and popularized Kwaito music. Thandiswa's next attempt to get noticed occurred at the Shell Road to Fame talent show. But unfortunately, she did not make it to the semi-finals round. She did, however, catch the eye of one of the judges and musicians on the show, Don Laga, who arranged to include her in a project he was working on. Shortly after meeting Don, Thandiswa began singing background vocals for the soon-to-be groundbreaking group Bongo Muffin, which consisted of Jasid, Stone Siete, and Speedy. She became a permanent member and lead vocalist in 1997. She became widely recognized as the voice of South Africa's conscious youth. The group's compositions and creations of dance floor favorites with thought-provoking lyrics made them stand out compared to their They were invited to perform all over the world and share the stage with musical icons like Stevie Wonder, the Marley Clan, Ladysmith Black Mambazo, Shaka Khan, and Sean Paul, among others. Their contribution to South African music earned Bongo Muffin numerous awards, amongst them Summer Awards, Kora All African Music Awards, and Metro FM Music Awards. To the audience, the image looked spectacular, but Thandiswa had her fair share of tumultuous experiences in the group. She had to advocate for herself when she realized she was getting paid way less than the male group members. She spoke up to management and said, "If I'm only getting paid 300 rands and the boys are getting 1,000, I won't be coming back. You can either reduce their pay to supplement mine, or we're all getting 1,000 rand each." The management ended up raising her fee to match her male counterparts. Another negative experience she encountered were executives constantly trying to sexualize her and change her image to match pop standards, which she adamantly refused, and this earned her the label of being difficult. Luckily, she never deterred from her confidence, and she consistently spoke her mind and stayed true to herself. After Bongo Muffin released a remake of Miriam Makeba's legendary song, Pata Pata, Thandiswa got the opportunity to meet Miriam herself. They had an insightful conversation regarding the type of music she wanted to create, and this conversation would soon drive Thandiswa in her own path. Around the time of the release of their album, titled 4, Thandiswa found love with a fellow group member, Stone Siete, and they welcomed a beautiful daughter named Thandiswa Mazwai in the year 2000. Their relationship would be the cause of tension in the group, and it unfortunately ended, which aggravated the group dynamic. Thandiswa and Stone agreed to co-parent and managed to keep most of their disagreements away from the public eye, until a blog post emerged years later and led to the airing of some dirty laundry, but we'll get back to that in a second. After 5 successful albums with Bongo Muffin, Thandiswa ventured into her own solo career. She remembered the conversation she had with Miriam Makeba years prior and decided she wanted to create music that emulated legends such as Busi Mhlongo and Miriam herself. Her first album, Zabalaza, was released in 2004, and it reached double platinum status and won numerous awards, including a Kora Award for Best African Female and 4 South African Music Awards. It was also nominated for the BBC Radio 3 Planet Awards. Zabalaza became a cultural reset, with hits like Lahlumlenze, As additional preparation for the completion of the album, Mazwai embarked on a pilgrimage to her mother's home village in the Transkei. Here, she was exposed to the original sounds of Xhosa traditional melodies and the uhadi, which is a traditional Xhosa one-string harp. Upon the album's release, the world was introduced to Thandiswa Mazwai, an icon in the making. In the year 2006, Thandiswa found love again and started dating her longtime partner, Anika. They managed to keep their relationship private and away from the media. After the success of her solo debut, Thandiswa released her sophomore album Ibokwe in 2009. My personal favorites are Tongolam Iyeza and Ingoma. The album reached gold status in the first few weeks of its release and was nominated for Best African Contemporary Album and Best Female Artist at the Summer Awards in 2010. Following the album was a live DVD called Dance of the Forgotten Free, which was released in 2010. This won her a Best Female Artist Award and Best Live DVD in 2011. The year 2010 brought a very painful period in Thandiswa's life as she lost a very close friend and mentor, Busi Mhlongo. She spoke on the impact of her passing and said,
I guess what happened was Mambusi passed away. When was that? 2011 or something? And after Mambusi died, I literally felt like the whole world should be quiet. And so for, I would say about 7 years, I was in a total depression, I guess, in a silence, refusing to sing.
In 2015, Thandiswa's younger and controversial sister, Thandiswa Mazwai, made a blog post titled Fuck Absent Fathers, in which she shone a spotlight on the difficulties Thandiswa had faced while co-parenting with Stone Siete. An excerpt of the blog reads, besides the children whose hearts get broken by insensitive rejection, the family of that child is most affected. The family has to find answers to questions that cut deep. I, for one, am shattered when my niece asks, why doesn't daddy love me? This question does not hurt him, it hurts the people raising the child. I'm also tired of seeing my sibling suffer in silence while she carries his load. No woman deserves this. No woman deserves to take all the responsibility for two people making love. Everyone who was present at conception must be present for the raising. Stone did not take kindly to being vilified online, and he went on a Twitter rant defending himself and throwing more shade. In a fit of anger, he made a bold statement. But fortunately, he and Thandiswa moved on from the controversy and started co-parenting more effectively. After a 7-year hiatus, Thandiswa released Belete in 2016. The album was a tribute to the women and artists that broke barriers and gave her inspiration. Belete featured remixes of South African jazz classics by the late Busi Mhlongo, Miriam Makeba, and Hugh Masekela, and also living legends such as Caiphus Semenya and Letta Mbulu. The album was initially titled Inkonzo, but she realized that the main individual she was paying tribute to was her mother, Belete. The title gave her mother's name meaning once again, and that left Thandiswa with a deep sense of calm. In the year 2017, The legendary group Bongo Muffin reunited after a decade-long hiatus. Fans got to be blessed with an album titled From Bongo with Love, released in 2019, and it was the group's most conscious project yet, with hits like Harare and Vuma. Their comeback was met with positive reviews, and it showed that regardless of the fallouts, they still had one strong bond, which was the love of music. Thandiswa Mazwai is still performing her hit music to this day and is enjoying life as a mother, artist, and partner. So, if you're still asking, Ukuthi Bayephi, the answer is she never left. So go show her some love by streaming her music and buying tickets to her performances, and also following her on her social media platforms, which I will link in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave a like and tell us down below what's your favorite track by Thandiswa Mazwai. Better yet, tell me what your favorite album is. Also, subscribe to our channel for more South African content.